জয় গোপী জনবল্লভ গিরিবরধারে। জয় গোপী জনবল্লভ গিরিবরধারে। জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী। জয় যশোদানন্দন ব্রজ জনরঞ্জন। যশোদানন্দন ব্রজ জনরঞ্জন। যশোদানন্দন ব্রজ জনরঞ্জন। যশোদানন্দন ব্রজ জনরঞ্জন। যমুনা তীর বনচারী। যমুনা তীর বনচারী। জয় রাধা মাধব কুঞ্জ বিহারী। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. हे वासुदेव रक्षा करो. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radha Krishna Kanda राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधे। जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय, गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय।
जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस अबाय चरण भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस शिल भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 19th chapter, text number 35. योगजेन्द्रं जशग्रस्तं ध्यायन्तं चरणाम्बुजं क्रोशन्तीनां करेणूनां कृच्छ्रतो मोचयेद्रुवतम्। योगजेन्द्रं जशग्रस्तं ध्यायन्तं चरणाम्बुजं क्रोशन्तीनां करेणूनां कृच्छ्रतो अमचयोद्धृतम्। योगजेन्द्रं जशग्रस्तं ध्यायन्तं चरणाम्बुजं क्रोशन्तीनां करेणूनां कृच्छ्रतो अमचयोद्धृतम्। What meaning? Yeah, he who Gaja Indram, the king of elephants, Jasha, an alligator, Krastam, attacked by, Dhyayantam, meditating upon, Charana, feet, Ambujam, lotus, Kroshantinam, while crying, Karenunam, the female elephants, Krichrataha, from danger, Amochayad, delivered, Dhritam, quickly. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The personality of Godhead delivered the king of the elephants, who was attacked by an alligator and who meditated upon the lotus feet of the Lord. At that time, the female elephants who accompanied him were crying, and the Lord saved them from the impending danger. Please repeat the translation. The personality of Godhead delivered the king of the elephants, who was attacked by an alligator and who meditated upon the lotus feet of the Lord. At that time, the female elephants who accompanied him were crying, and the Lord saved them from the impending danger. Purport. The example of the elephant in danger who was saved by the Supreme Lord is especially cited here, because even if one is an animal, he can approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead in devotional service, whereas even a demigod cannot approach the Supreme Person unless he is a devotee. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yo Gajendram Jashagrastam Dhyayantam Charanambujam Kroshantinam Karenunam Krichato Amachoyo Dhrutam. Jai Shri Radha Krishna Chandra Shri Sridhaya Gaunamachala Prabhupada. The personality of Godhead delivered the king of the elephants, who was attacked by an alligator and who meditated upon the lotus feet of the Lord. At that time, the female elephants who accompanied him were crying, and the Lord saved them from impending danger. So here, in the description, this chapter is titled, The Killing of the Demon Hiranyaksha. And in the course of discussion of this this incident, Shukadeva Goswami is quoting another Leela that the Lord performed in protecting and saving his devotee Gajendra, who was in the form of an elephant. So the various descriptions of the Srimad Bhagavatam are meant to give or rather to inspire living entities to practice bhakti. And bhakti means many aspects. Devotion. For somebody to be devoted, there must be bond with that person. Without a personal bond, you cannot develop devotion. How will the bonding happen? Bonding happens when you know that person very, very closely. The bonding between the mother and the child happens why? Because the mother has carried her child for 9 months in her womb, and then when it comes out, there is intense feelings between the mother and the child. There's a whole lot of things that have taken place prior to the birth, and then post birth also lot of things start happening. So the child sees how my mother has taken care of me. So the child develops a bond, the mother develops a bond, the father develops a bond, the brothers, sisters develop a bond because you have lived together. You have lived together, you have eaten together, you have slept together, you have talked together, you have talked with each other, you have shared so many things with each other. So when all of these things are happening, then only the bonding will happen. And from that bond, you developed love, devotion towards each other. So the Krishna conscious way of developing a bond with the Supreme Lord. Prabhupada set up ISKCON or Krishna consciousness movement as for the purpose of giving living entities an opportunity to bond with the Lord. So we are here. Our Vedic process, our Krishna conscious process of developing that bond with the Lord. What are the ways that we have that we can develop bond with that personality? The first process is chanting the holy name. By chanting Krishna's name, we start feeling the Lord's presence. Why do we not feel the Lord's presence? We do not feel the Lord's presence. Main reason, for what is the main reason? The main reason is our idea of the world is only this body. The body, mind and senses are the only connection that we have an idea of. As soon as we started taking up chanting, then there is a revelation that I can connect to something else beyond this mind, body, senses aspects. That is the first thing that we come up to when we, as soon as, there is something, there is an experience beyond this mind, body, senses. Some experiences which is beyond the mind, body, senses. Because that experience is not very, very clarity is not there. Just like, but still we are able to recognize that beyond this bodily sensual experiences, there is another experiences which can also give me joy, happiness, peace. Because we are all looking for these things. No? All of us are looking for joy, peace, satisfaction. We want all those things. Just like, for example, when you are hungry, what happens? When you're hungry, you are feeling very disturbed. The hunger makes you very disturbed. What will satisfy the hunger? If you eat food, something. So you are looking for satisfaction. You want peace. So when you say peace, for this problem, hunger problem, food is the solution. So you have food, then you feel okay, now I am satisfied. Thirst, water. Like this, for everything we have a material problem and we have a material solution. For everything. Relationships, I want some relationship. You look for relationship. You will go to your mother, you will go to your father, you will go to your girlfriend, you will go to your wife, you will go to your brother, you will go to your sister. And different aspects of relationships are there. Sometimes you want friendly relationships, sometimes you want motherly relationships, sometimes you want fatherly relationships. And you seek out. You seek out satisfaction. You seek out satisfaction in motherly relationship. Because the mother will give you one type of joy. Nobody else can give that. The mother will give you that care and attention and feeling that only a mother can give. The father can give you another type of feeling for you. The father gives you hope. The father gives you protection. The father gives you shelter. You cannot expect this from someone. Similarly, a friend can give you different kind of a joy. Nobody else can give you what if you will be seeing sometimes when you don't have friends, you say, wish I have some good friends. Wish I have some good friends. With whom the way you can talk to your friend, you cannot talk to your mother. The way you deal with your friend, you cannot deal with your father. That is something different. Similarly, the way you can deal, the way you get joy from a girlfriend, from a wife is different. You get something else there. From that relationship, it is the taste of that is something else. And there is deep feelings, emotions are there in that relationship. So in the material world, you have something materially lacking. Material world has designed, okay, for this you go here, for this you go here, for this you go here, for this you go there. As soon as you come to spiritual life, something else happens. When you derive spiritual pleasure, when you derive spiritual pleasure, when you derive spiritual happiness, when you derive spiritual satisfaction, then we are able to transcend. That is why we are called transcendental people. We are not material people, we are transcendental people. We have transcended the material nature of happiness, joy, pleasure, all these things. You are able to transcend. You are able to cross this material so-called varieties of happiness and joys. So the first element of this we experience when we chant Krishna's name. So Prabhupada has created, our Vedic Acharyas have created an environment. They have created an environment for you because you cannot stop these kind of pleasures. Prabhupada, Mayavadi understanding is, oh, material pleasures are wrong. So we should not indulge in that. Let us become uh, um, indifferent to so-called material pleasures. And they become, they stop themselves from indulging in these kind of pleasures. But you are stopping yourself, but until you have an alternative idea of that thing, you cannot sustain. It is not able to, you are not able to, you will not be able to continue for a long time in that kind of a mode of practice. So, in our Vaishnava way of living, we have an alternative way of all these elements. You want mothers, you chant Krishna's name. You wake up in the morning, you chant Krishna's name. What happens is, your so-called craving, your craving for these material pleasures will reduce. And you will also experience a spiritual dimension of these so-called pleasures. We come in front of the deities. You can relate to Krishna. Krishna is my Supreme Father. You can relate to Krishna in every aspect. Krishna is my Supreme Father. Krishna is my Supreme Mother. Krishna is my Supreme Friend. Krishna is my Supreme Brother. Krishna is my Supreme Sister. Every relationship, every rasa is there. That's why Krishna is Adi Rasa. He is Adi Rasa. Why does fall down happens? A practicing devotee nicely is practicing, but suddenly we see he fall down. He looks for some material pleasure in somewhere else. He is practicing, but yet he falls down. He falls down. Why this happens? Prabhupada says, the non-fallen condition is Krishna consciousness. So long one can maintain pure Krishna consciousness, he is not fallen down. As soon as he becomes out of Krishna consciousness, immediately he is fallen down. Because he has come out of Krishna consciousness. He is not looking for pleasure in Krishna. He is not looking for Krishna as my supreme lover, as my supreme father, as my supreme mother. No, he wants to look somewhere else. And then Prabhupada says, what are the steps that this kind of a person should take to recover from this situation? What is that he should take? He has fallen down, what is the next step? Prabhupada says, seek forgiveness and seek guidance. Approach the spiritual masters, senior Vaishnavas with humility, acknowledging one's shortcomings and seek their counsel. Prabhupada says, seek their counsel. Then Prabhupada says, reinforce devotional practices. Because if you don't take, say supposing if you have, like for example I have diabetes, if I don't take the daily dose of insulin, it will go up. You have to have that medicine every day. You cannot avoid it. So Prabhupada says, you must recommit to what? Sadhana bhakti, which is chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, studying the scriptures, engaging in deity worship. Start doing that. Maintain, Prabhupada says, next is associate with devotees. Maintain close association with sincere practitioners to gain strength and inspiration. We need to get strength, we need to get inspired that this is material way of seeking joy, happiness, pleasure. Let me get that Krishna conscious way of getting this same kind of feelings. Why I am feeling like this? So one must associate. If you don't associate, you cannot. You will be in your own world. You will be in our own world. And we don't want to associate basically because first thing is we want to do our own thing. Our false ego says, I want to do my own thing. Because when you associate, he will have a different way of telling you what to do, what not to do. And we don't want to do that. Because we are attached to what we are doing. Second is, like the first principle is, we do not want to acknowledge that I have done something wrong also. Because if you acknowledge something that I have done wrong, then you have to take corrective action, which is again problem. But we must recognize that Krishna is everywhere. Krishna is all pervasive. Krishna will protect me. And if I take shelter of him, I will be again back on track. Tasmat sarvatmana rajan haris sarvatra sarvada. Srimad Bhagavatam is saying, Shrotavya kirtitavyascha smartavya bhagavan ranam. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, very nicely the Lord is saying, Hari sarvatra sarvada. That everywhere the Lord is present, and we must always chant and remember the Lord's holy name everywhere in any condition. In the Skanda Purana there is a very nice verse which says, Hanti nindanti vaidveshti vaishnavan nabhinandati krudyate yati no arsham darshane patanani set. One who kills, criticizes, envies, fails to greet, becomes angry with, or does not feel joy upon seeing a Vaishnava commits one of the 6 offenses leading to downfall. When we want to do something material, we have observed this repeatedly. When a devotee is very interested in material life, or he wants to do some sinful action, as soon as he sees a Vaishnava, he feels irritated. Or he feels embarrassed. He walks away. He doesn't want to see a devotee, he wants to go away. Because in his mind, he knows that this guy will lead me to a thing. So we must know when this tendency is coming, it is a cause of our downfall. When we see another Vaishnava, if we are trying to avoid, that shows very clearly that we are going towards a path of sinful action. That's what here it very clearly it's saying. Hanti nindanti vaidveshti vaishnavanan nabhinandati krudyato yatina harsham darshane patanani sat. One who kills, criticizes, envies, fails to greet, becomes angry with, or does not feel joy upon seeing a Vaishnava, commits one of the 6 offenses leading to his downfall. Whereas, what should be our thought process, even if I am going to do a sinful action? It says, Srimad Bhagavatam says, Na tatai agavan rajan puyeta tapahadibi yata krishnarpita pranaha tat purusha nishevaya. It is a fact that if one takes shelter of a pure devotee, one attains all perfection, even if the association is a very short one. Even if the association is a very short one. You know this famous story, many of you must have heard about it. When Srila Prabhupada was in the Jew temple, lot of foreigners and all were there. And in India, when we see foreigners, what do we think? We think, oh, these are very rich people, well-to-do people. So, that time in Bombay, there was a Pakka Chor. He was a Bombay, he was a thief, number one thief. So he saw a lot of foreigners and all those things. He says, here it's a good time, I will go here. So he came to the temple with the idea of stealing. So he came to the temple with an idea of stealing. And he sat with the devotees. And Prabhupada was there giving a lecture. And he saw Prabhupada, he sat in Prabhupada's lecture and he was waiting for his opportunity to steal. So one day he came, he tried to steal. He could not get the right opportunity. He went back and said, tomorrow I will come again. He came there again next day to steal. Like this, 2-3 days he came. And you will not believe this is real, that devotee is still there. He became a devotee of Krishna consciousness. And he started taking up, practicing Krishna consciousness. He confessed his real intention, what it was to come to the temple. So, just like for example, what happened 500 years back when we hear about how Haridas Thakur transformed the prostitute, the same kind of leela can happen even now. Many of us have not come with pure intentions to the temple. But Prabhupada somehow transformed us. The holy name transformed us. The deities transformed us. The prasadam transformed us. Why? Because we willingly surrendered to that. But what happens is when we become a devotee, see, everything happens according to your free will. Your exercise of free will makes you a devotee. Your exercise of free will makes you an atheist also. So when we have become a devotee, to become a devotee, we exercise our free will. Similarly, what happens is, when we have become a devotee and if we exercise our free will, if there is another Vaishnava coming in front of us, sometimes what we do? Hey, I don't want to meet, let me go off. I don't want to see him. I don't want to talk to him. And we go off. You are building your free will in the reverse order. You are building your non-Krishna conscious life in the reverse order. Just like how you came. Oh, I came. Hey, wahan prasad bahut acha hai. I come for prasadam. Prasadam is dragging you. Deity worship, very nice. I coming for the deity. Devotee association. There devotee gives nice class. I want to talk to him. I want to engage with him. You are coming in that mood. Oh, I will chant. Kirtan is going on. Very nice kirtan. I want to participate. But when you behave like this, oh no, I don't want to go there. I don't want to meet him. Oh, I don't want to go to the temple now. Oh, I don't want to talk to him. Same ulta direction you will go. You will go in the reverse mode. Achha, you don't want to go, then Maya will tell, okay, come here, come here, come here. You will start going in that direction. You will start looking for relationship outside the realm of Krishna consciousness. And you will continue your patanti adaha. You start falling down more and more and more. We have nothing to do with the material world. Nothing to do. Tad bhuri bhaghyam yajanma kim apyat avyayam yad gokulepi kathangri rajobhishekam yad jivitam tu nikilam bhagavan mukundas tvayadhyapi yad pada rajashruti mrigyameva. One should take shelter of a pure devotee who has nothing to do with this material world but is simply engaged in devotional service. So we have nothing to do with anybody else other than people who are engaged in devotional service. You say if we are going out and preaching to people, we are collecting money, we are developing relationship with the outer world. Actually, we have nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them. We are only going out with a sense of what? Somehow engaging them in Krishna consciousness, either by taking Lakshmi or by preaching to them. Personally with them, we have no relationship. But what happens? We start personally developing relationship with them. We have no personal relationship. We have only our relationship, we create that relationship with the idea of bringing them back to come. No, we don't have a personal relationship. We had a very nice personal relationship with our father, mother, brother, sister, friends, everything. All that we gave up. Why? Because we had to develop a higher sense of relationship, not a sense of material relationship. So why we fall down like this? So, Yanna Vaishnava Sanganam Harer Katasu Jayatam. Unless and until you make Sangha of Vaishnavas, you cannot win. Yanna Vaishnava Sangam Harer Katasu Jayatam. Shinvatam Shraddhaya Nityam Granatascha Svacheshtitam. But if you take shelter of a devotee and take shelter of the holy name, Yannama Harinama, then you become very, very fastly, you develop fast purification. So here in this particular verse we can see Shukadev Goswami is quoting while actually explaining the Leela of Varahadev and his fight with Hiranyaksha. Shukadev Goswami is quoting the example of Gajendra. Because Gajendra is another example of how the Lord appeared. Just like on the appeal of the demigods, the Lord appeared as Varahadev. Similarly, Gajendra is not a human being, he is an elephant. So nothing can stop the Lord from appearing or hearing. It doesn't matter what body you have, what shape you have, no. Every living entity can directly relate with the Supreme Personality of God. Yes, the human body is the best available body for practicing spiritual life, for practicing Krishna consciousness. But that doesn't mean that animals also don't have the opportunity. Even Gajendra, who is in the form of an elephant, because he appealed, the Lord appeared. The Lord immediately appeared. Therefore, Srimad Bhagavatam is saying, Tasmat prapadyeta yato bhavaprabhava sattvam vibhutayes bhavaya deyinam anatmanam satpata darsharena paresham abhyaheshti nati durat. Prabhupada is saying in this translation, therefore one should take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead from whom everything emanates. That Supreme Lord by His own potency creates, maintains and annihilates the universe, and He remains the eternal transcendental Lord. The conditioned souls who are bewildered by the external energy should take shelter of the Supreme Lord. So from this, bhavaprabhavaha tasmat prapadyeta yato bhavaprabhavaha sattvam vibhutayaishya bhavaya bhavaya deyinam na ati durat. If you take shelter of the Supreme Lord, then what happens? Na ati durat. The Lord is not very far, He is very near. He will immediately appear to you. Just as the Lord lifted the Govardhana hill and made it look like an umbrella to protect His devotees. Aham bhakta paradino nai ashvatantra hi vadvaja sadhubir grasta hridayo bhaktair bhakta janapriya. This is a famous verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th canto, Prabhupada, where the Lord is being described as Aham bhakta paradino, with reference to how the Lord is the well-wisher of His devotees. Saying, Aham bhakta paradino yi ashvatantra hidvija sadhubir grasta hridayo bhaktair bhakta janapriyaha. The Lord is saying, I am completely under the control of my devotees. Indeed, I am not independent because my devotees are completely devoid of material desires. Devotee means what? Devotee means he is completely devoid of material desires. I sit only within the cores of their hearts. What to speak of my devotee? Even those who are my devotees of my devotee are very dear to me. Bhaktair bhakta janapriyaha. Krishna is saying, I am very dear to the devotees of the devotees. Which is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us. Gopi Bhartur Kapada Kamalayor Dasa Dasa Anudasaha. That is the principle. So many instances. Here, Gajendra's incident is being quoted. Similarly, Gajendra, we chant the prayers. How Gajendra, when he was in that situation, he offered his prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai. Yataye Chat Chidatmakam. What is that other verse? Continuing. Yataye Chat Chidatmakam. Purushayadi bijaya pareshaya abhidhimai. This is the verse he quoted. Immediately the Lord appeared. Similarly, the Lord appeared when Draupadi called out for Krishna. When she was being insulted and disrobed in the assembly of all so-called Maharathis were there. She called out, the Lord appeared. Similarly, they have appeared to protect Prahlad. The Lord appeared to protect Ambarish from a powerful sage. They are in so much more, far more severe dangers. And Krishna himself is talking in the Bhagavad Gita and assuring that every devotee, Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. If somebody is Chintayanto Mam, what does he do? Ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. Krishna is saying, anybody who is doing Ananyas Chintaya of me, I will ensure ye jana paryupasate. I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. See, Krishna is so benevolent. I carry what they have. I give them what they don't have. Or I carry what they lack. Krishna is saying, Acha, supposing you are going, Krishna comes. If you are such a pure devotee, Krishna gives you. Directly. That deep faith, that devotion toward the Lord, if you have, it happens. So this is a wonderful quality of the Lord, that uh, He assures that ye jana paryupase tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahami. So you have any questions? Same. Like for example, Kunti is saying the same thing. Vipada santu saswa tatra tatra jagat guru bhavato darshanam yatsada punar bhava darshanam. It doesn't matter. I want vipada, no problem, but I will see you again and again. This is the mood of a devotee. Okay, we'll stop here when his question comments. Mm. क्या क्या है जो ट्रेडिशनल मेथड आप जो बोल रहे हैं? क्या ट्रेडिशनली क्या है? हाँ हाँ हाँ। ट्रेडिशनल मतलब क्या है? ट्रेडिशनल मतलब हम लोग जो प्रयास करते हैं वो आचार्यों का प्रयास करते हैं ना, हम खुद थोड़ी ना, हम खुद का करते हैं। हम तो करते हैं जो आचार्य लोग ने हमको सिखाया है, वो हमारा प्रयास है। हम ये मानते हैं कि हमारे पास कोई अर्हता नहीं है, वी डोंट हैव एनी क्वालिफिकेशन टू ऑफर प्रेयर्स, बिकॉज वी आर मटेरियली कंटामिनेटेड, वी आर नॉट having the right understanding. So we simply refer to the acharyas who are pure devotees. Whatever prayers they offer, we repeat it. And we are trying to develop that mood of the great acharyas. See, we are following the system of parampara. Tasmad evam guru prapadyeta. You have to follow the acharyas. That is the path of Krishna consciousness. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying, Naam varni nachagra patir navanastoyatir vakintu prodhyani kela parmananda purna pratabder gopi vartur padakamalayor dasrasa. That's our philosophy. I do not belong to any sampradaya, I do not belong to anything. I am only interested in becoming the servant of the servant of the Lord, a servant of the gopis. So that is our purpose. So we follow the path of the acharyas. They are devotees. All the dhamas reside in a pure devotee. Tirtam kurvani tirtani. The pure devotees actually create tirthas. They create the dham. So we are singing the prayers of those devotees, which is far superior. Which is far superior than any so-called traditions. Tradition means what? Varna, ashrama, all these are tradition. Naam, varni, nachagra. Whereas Mahaprabhu said, I do not belong to any ashrama, I do not belong to any varna, nothing. So we belong to the acharya. So we follow that. That prayer is far superior to any traditional prayers. उसकी है महानता जो है उससे कई गुना ज्यादा है. So we are when you are having far superior ways of engaging in devotional service, why should you follow something that is already available? We are following much more superior paths. ऐसा नहीं है कि जो है somebody who doesn't have connection with acharyas, they will sing the traditional prayers. Not that traditional prayers is wrong, but the acharyas prayers are far superior any day to any traditional prayer. So we are, somebody will say, Prabhu, you are serving in the temple. Somebody may be saying in the house and serving. Somebody, why are you not going to the house and serving? Why you have to do in the house? I am doing in the temple, no. You have a much bigger opportunity of engaging in Krishna's service, and you are already doing it. Why speak about something lower than that? So Krishna's, we are directly engaging in far superior way, no. It is far, far superior than any so-called. Because we are directly repeating the words of pure devotees. ठीक है, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की।